There are various reasons that the nation of Uganda has been called the Pearl of Africa. Centered in the heart of East Africa with Congo to the west and Kenya to the east and Sudan to the north, the nation of Uganda sits atop Lake Victoria, the second largest freshwater lake in the world. There is a myth that the soil of Uganda is so rich that seeds could be sown on cement and they would grow. Tea, sugar, coffee, and all kinds of fruits and vegetables are grown easily. This small nation, the size of the state of Oregon in the United States, is home to over 40 million people. Not only is the land rich in natural resources, but these people are some of the friendliest and most hospitable people in the world. The River Nile flows out of Lake Victoria north and wanders toward the Mediterranean Sea throughout the nation of Uganda as a source of hydropower, tourist attraction, and fishing. Today we are traveling 2 hours to a small fishing village, known to many as the village where the dogs turn around. There is no electricity in Lawanika, though you can find an occasional solar panel. There is also no running water. This is a very primitive village, dependent on whatever Lake Victoria can yield. We are making this bumpy and dusty 2-hour journey to this village to visit a 9-year-old boy by the name of Joseph. Joseph is one among 5 siblings. His father naturally is, or should I say was, a fisherman. In August of 2018, Joseph's father did not return from his day of fishing. When he did not return, on that particular day, a search was organized and he was looked for unsuccessfully for 3 days. On the 4th day, only his leg was found, and it was obvious that he had been eaten by a crocodile. This is how Joseph and his brothers and sisters lost their father. Now, it is his grandmother and grandfather who are caring for him. Though the people in this village live in a very remote area of Uganda, none of them have been forgotten or neglected by God. Every person matters to God, and this story about Joseph is very clear evidence. On January 28, 2019, Joseph got the surprise of his life. A short-term medical mission team arrived in Uganda from the United States to assist Next Generation Ministries in loving people on behalf of God. This village, where the dogs turn around, was on their itinerary. Dr. Don Klinger, the medical team leader, emphasizes each day the team goes out that they should be looking for that 1 or 2 individuals that God has prepared especially for that day. They attend to and serve many people, but each day out there seems to be that 1 or 2 patients who receive medical attention that they would never otherwise have. This day was Joseph's day. His grandmother came with Joseph to the free medical clinic. No one needed to be a medical professional to see what kind of need Joseph had. Dr. Dan and Dr. Don conferred with the director of Next Generation Ministries and decided within moments that a surgery to remove the tumor had to be done. Not in the medical theater or operating room, which was miles away, but under the cover of shade in the center of this medical clinic as other patients were being seen. There must be a very good reason God selected Joseph for surgery on this day. To most of us, it would seem like a very extensive orchestration by God to make it all happen. The details involved in connecting medical personnel from thousands of miles away, from a different continent, and bringing Joseph to the free 1-day medical clinic in a very remote fishing village in Uganda points in the direction of divine intervention. As the NGM production team interviewed Joseph and his grandmother on the side of the hill, high above Lake Victoria, we had to begin to wonder what God might have in store for this young boy. Only God knows, but it was a privilege to be a bit player in a drama that God is unfolding in Joseph's life. The home where Joseph's grandmother cares for him is very far from the day school which Joseph attends. The production team was very aware of the distance. They drove from the school on a red dirt road, left that road, and followed a footpath with a vehicle until it was no longer possible for us to use motorized transportation. After locking the van, we followed Joseph up the hill, quite a distance, to his grandmother's place. Given the challenges this aging grandmother faces in caring for Joseph, his siblings, and even other relatives, caused us to wonder if God would provide a compassionate sponsor for Joseph so that Next Generation Ministries could be more directly involved in the development and mentoring of his life for God's purposes. However, the story of Joseph ends. Next Generation Ministries celebrates the privilege it was given to love him on behalf of God. It is what we do in the hope that God will change Uganda, one person at a time.